In the previous topic, we have already discussed about the quantum numbers for individual nucleons. Basically, these quantum numbers specify some of the properties of the nucleons or characterizes these nucleons in the nucleus. Now in today's topic, that is quantum properties of nuclear states, we shall discuss some of the properties of the nuclei. Let us first discuss the nuclear angular momentum. Nuclear angular momentum of a nucleus is basically the sum of the angular momentum of a nucleus, orbital angular momentum and spin angular momentum. All of us know that nuclei revolves around a certain orbit, and this motion arises the spin angular momentum of the nucleus. Similarly, a nucleus revolves around a certain orbit, and that produces orbital angular momentum. Sum of these two angular momentum will give us the total angular momentum of that nucleus. The absolute magnitude of the total angular momentum is denoted by I, and this will be equal to h cross under root I into I plus 1. But the value of I depends on the type of interaction between the nucleons. So there are two types of interaction. One is LS coupling and another is JJ coupling. So the total angular momentum arises in some cases due to the coupling of total orbital angular momentum and total spin angular momentum of the nucleus. So in LS coupling, what is happening? There will be an addition of L and S, vector addition of L and S, and that will provide us total value of I, vector I, where vector L will be equal to the summation of Li and vector S will be equal to summation of Si. तो इस केस में क्या है कि जितने भी इंडिविजुअल न्यूक्लियॉन्स हैं उनके इंडिविजुअल अलग अलग जो ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम है उनका सम हमको कैपिटल L वैल्यू देगा. कैपिटल L मीन्स ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ द न्यूक्लियस, और कैपिटल S हमें बताता है टोटल स्पिन एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ द न्यूक्लियस. तो स्मॉल l और स्मॉल s ये इंडिकेट करते हैं ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ अ न्यूक्लियन एंड स्पिन एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ अ न्यूक्लियन. तो इस केस में हम एक एग्जांपल लेंगे कि किस तरह एक टोटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम स्टेट को यूज़ करते हुए किसी भी न्यूक्लियस की एक सर्टेन स्टेट को किस तरह लिखा जाता है या एक्सप्रेस किया जाता है. हम जानते हैं कि ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम L की जो पॉसिबल वैल्यूज़ हैं 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, और इनको हम S, P, D, F से इंडिकेट करते हैं. Now for each value of L, there are two S plus 1 possible separated energy levels. These separated energy levels is known as multiplicity 2S plus 1, which is written as a superscript before the letter representing L and the value of I as subscript. So whenever we want to express a certain energy state of a nucleus, then it will be written as in the middle letter representing L value, जो उस न्यूक्लियस का टोटल L वैल्यू है यानी ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम वैल्यू है, जो कि 0 से स्टार्ट होकर 0, 1, 2, 3 कुछ भी हो सकती है. तो हम जानते हैं कि 0 को हम S से इंडिकेट करते हैं, 1 को हम P से इंडिकेट करते हैं, 2 को हम D से इंडिकेट करते हैं, और इसी तरह आगे की वैल्यूज़ हम लिख सकते हैं. तो मिडिल में हम ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम एल की वैल्यू रखेंगे इन टर्म्स ऑफ आइदर 0 और 1 और 2 और 3, और सुपरस्क्रिप्ट के रूप में हम मल्टीप्लिसिटी लिखेंगे 2s+1, 2s+1, जहाँ पर जो टोटल s है दैट इंडिकेट्स total spin angular momentum of the nucleus. Here we are using capital S that indicates the total angular momentum of the nucleus. सबस्क्रिप्ट के रूप में हम लिखते हैं वैल्यू ऑफ I, एंड वैल्यू ऑफ I which is basically depending on the coupling. So the value of I depends on the coupling, that is LS coupling or JJ coupling. In LS coupling, we have already discussed how we will get the value of I. Value of I means sum of vector addition of L and S, means orbital angular momentum of a nucleus and spin angular momentum of a nucleus. Now in case of JJ coupling, what is happening? All individual total angular momentum of individual nucleons will be added, vectorially added, and will give us the total angular momentum of the nucleus. Mathematically, we can write it as vector I is equal to summation of Ji, where J indicates the total angular momentum of a nucleon. And here again, in a mathematical form, Ji can be written as Li plus Si. Basically, this is a vector addition I for ith nucleon. It may be first nucleon or second nucleon or third nucleon. तो दोनों कपलिंग में जो बेसिक डिफरेंस है वो यह है कि LS कपलिंग में जितने भी न्यूक्लियॉन्स हैं उन सबके ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम अलग ऐड होंगे और स्पिन एंगुलर मोमेंटम अलग ऐड होंगे, और वो हमें देंगे कैपिटल L और कैपिटल S की वैल्यू, और उन दोनों का वेक्टर एडिशन हमको देगा I की वैल्यू, यानी कि टोटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम। जबकि JJ कपलिंग में इंडिविजुअल टोटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम जो न्यूक्लियॉन्स के हैं उनका वेक्टर एडिशन हमको देगा कैपिटल I, यानी कि टोटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम की वैल्यू। I is a vector quantity and it can be oriented in space with respect to a given axis in 2I plus 1 directions. So basically there will be 2I plus 1 components of I whenever a nucleus is put in a magnetic field. The component along the axis in any of the state has the magnitude mh cross, where m is the magnetic quantum number having values starting from I to minus I, as we can write it as I minus 1, I minus 2, and then minus I minus 2, minus I minus 1, up to minus I. Second nuclear state is nuclear magnetic dipole moment. Any charged particle moving in a closed path produces a magnetic field, which at large distances act as due to a magnetic dipole located at the current flow. We know that inside the nucleus there are protons and neutrons. Proton is a positively charged particle, while neutron, as we assume, is a neutral particle. But the internal structure of neutron is such that it consists of charged particles, charged quarks particles. So both the neutron and proton, because they are moving in certain circular paths, they will produce magnetic dipole moment. Now due to the orbital motion, due to the spin motion, they will produce the magnetic moment indicated by mu s, and mathematically this will be equal to gs multiplied by mu 0 e upon 2m multiplied by vector s. Vector s indicates the total spin angular momentum of the nucleus. Similarly, due to the orbital motion, the magnetic dipole moment produced by the nucleus will be mu L equal to GL multiplied by mu 0 E upon 2m into L. So total dipole moment will be equal to mu is equal to mu L plus mu S, and this will be written like this. Now when we add these values, then we will get this equation. This can be simplified like this, and after simplification, this can be written as mu I upon mu n is equal to I into G. G is a zero-magnetic ratio, and information about the structure of the particle is contained in G factor, and that's why G is a very important quantity. Now the next important point is classical multipole moments for point charges, that is quadrupole moment. So like magnetic moment arises due to the magnetic field which is developed due to the charged particles, that is protons and neutrons, moving in a circular path. Likewise, the neutrons and protons, when they are positioned away from the center of mass or center of gravity, that will produce the quadrupole moment. Basically, quadrupole moment measures the departure of a nucleus from spherical symmetry. A quadrupole moment would be zero if the positive charge on a nucleus was distributed in a completely symmetrical manner. A positive quadrupole moment means that the charge distribution, instead of being spherical, is drawn out in the direction of the spin axis in the form of a prolate spheroid. On the other hand, negative quadrupole moments mean that there is a flattening of the spherical distribution about the spin axis, leading to oblate spheroid.